Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. We've got, I don't know if I put it on. Yeah, look at this. So remember I talk about when it comes straight out of the box? There's NQ straight out of the box. Here's CL straight out of the box. Straight out of the box is when you want to get in it. When it waits to come out of the box, you don't. Of course, I didn't take that trade, but there it is. Straight out of the box. So the box closes, next candle, out of the box. That's exactly what oil did. Next candle, out of the box. Gold just wouldn't get out of its way to go down. What a pain in the ass. It would go down and come up, down, come up. And then when it went inside the box, when gold went inside the box here, it never gave me a reset to the other side. So I wasn't able to get anything out of that. Awesome. Yeah. By the way, I don't have an ES box on my charts to show you, but it did the same thing. The RTY and the YM didn't. So here's a good example. Let's look at the YM. Okay. The YM came out of the box 1, 2, 3 minutes later and rolled back up. See that? So when it comes straight out of the box, that's when you want to be partaking. If it waits to come out of the box, you don't want to risk it. And RTY did the same thing. It came out of the box about 3 minutes or so into, out after the box closed. Okay, Gene. Man, it's here. It's raining like crazy. I've had thunder and lightning this morning. It's been pretty sketchy. Been pretty sketchy this morning. I'm wondering if we're going to get a rejection of the bottom of the box. So see, we created this box, and now we're going down potentially. Because you know how sometimes they like to test the bottom of the box and push it back down, or the top of the box. They did it in gold. I mean, in oil. Oil tested the top of the box. There's the test of the top of the box, and there it went. So maybe NQ will do this for us. I don't know. I'm going to try it just in case. It's gone up inside the box quite a bit. I will say that. All right, I'm in. Let's go. Down. Let's go down. Come on. Come on, let's go down. Let's go down. All right, keep going. Keep going. There you go. There you go. There you go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, shit. Keep going. Keep going. Go, 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 go. Don't roll up. Roll down. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. All right, there. Quick $500 for me. It ran too fast, in my opinion. But that's the bottom of the box. So what you do is once those boxes are created, if price goes outside like it did here, it came and tested the top of the box in gold. I mean, in oil, you take it in the same direction as the box. Does that make sense? You take it in the same direction as the box. If it goes inside this box and lays on top of it, then you take it through to the other side of the box. I mean, I should have held it, of course, but I'm also sitting here trying to explain what's going on. I haven't traded the box with equities in a long time, but Jesus, I wish I had this morning because this was a beautiful trade. This is a beautiful trade. I mean, there's two trades, and then you're done. Or you should be done. Turned out to be $1,000 trade right there to the pivot. So, does everybody understand what I'm talking about by immediately versus not immediately? This was not immediately in the RTY. So that's not a trade. It was also a gold line short too, William. Yep, exactly. Absolutely, 100%. It was definitely a gold line because you had your crossover from up here because you're north of your gold line, came down, smooth pullback, boom, boom, boom. But I'm going to tell you right now, that was a bottom of the box trade for traders, the ones that trade that strategy. It was a bottom of the box game. Oh, good job, Bruce. Good job, Bruce. Yeah, it was a bottom of the box trade. It's pretty, they're pretty simple. I mean, again, go back and look at oil. I mean, there's the box. It touched it came from, it has to have space. And then it came from that space, pierced the box, and there's your trade all the way back to the other side. Now, this one's really sloppy compared to this one, but it's doing the exact same thing. And the one in oil is right at $1,000 right now, a contract. This one was over $1,000. Well, back down to here was $1,000. I know. Bruce tanked it there. Bruce tanked it there. Bruce, just turn it off. And then once you program that box on your screen, you can go back. I mean, I'm telling you guys, know about the flood, but I mean, you can go back and look at prior days and see what the action was like. 9 o'clock to 9:15, Ivan. That's oil is 9 o'clock to 9:15. Oil opens at 9 o'clock sharp. Gold opens at 8:20 sharp. So it's 8:20 to 8:35 for gold. The gold box was a bitch today because it never tested the top. It never gave me a reset back across the other side. Gold was just a bitch today. But gold recently on box trades has been really successful for me. I mean, I'm like game changer stuff. I haven't done equities in so long. I didn't have confidence in this trade. I haven't done equities in so long with the box because I just always I just focused on oil because I mean oil did exactly what you want it to do. Exactly what you want it to do. I mean, oil was just, I mean, I can't tell you how freaking perfect oil was today. So, I mean, hold on here. Let's go back and look at oil. This oil is a clinic in trading the box today. Oil is absolutely a clinic in trading the box today. When we used to trade the box years ago, when oil was up in the 90s to $100 range. Okay. I talk about this once in a while. The guy who taught me this, when this box would close, if it came out immediately, which by the way, it went through a period of time back in those days that it came out of the freaking box every day, immediately just came out of the box. And you would play it for $1. So that's $1,000. So you came out of the box right here. So you're in at basically 73, and there's your $1,000 right there. Comes back, tests the top of the box. You take that for $1,000, and there's your $1,000 again, and you're done. $2,000. You're done. It did. I mean, this is classic vintage box trading that Rick out in California, Southern California, where Jim lives, taught me. This is classic box trading right there. I mean, God dang. I mean, just insane. And you'd play it for $1,000 each time. And walk away with like today would have been a $2,000 day on 2 contracts. And that's it. You're done. The problem is when oil got the problem with that box trade, which is why I haven't used it on oil in so long, is when oil gets, I've said this before, when oil gets down around, $40, $50 a barrel, it doesn't have A, that volume, and B, that price action. It doesn't have those two things that you need. Volume, you need the sharks in the tank that are playing the box. And you need price action. You just need momentum. I've said this before. It's hard for $40 gold, $40 oil to run out of the box and go to $41. It's very hard for that to happen. It's a lot less hard for $95 oil to go to $96. A lot less hard. Yeah, and oil just becomes, to me, American Patriot, and I commend you for trading oil. I mean, I loved trade back in the day. I loved trading oil, and I commend you for trading it still. Of course, the war has helped it so that now it's to me clear to me it's stealing volume from gold, and gold has gotten really stale. But it's Jim's talking about something. Oh, we just came off the prior day low here in gold. Shit. I'm talking, but that was a real sloppy prior day low reversal though. Look at that. So they fake braked it that way, then went down, then broke it up again. That's a real sloppy trade. That is really sloppy. Yeah, prior day low, but it was too sloppy of an entry for me, JP. You got to understand, gold is, the size of those candles. Bam, bam, that's a $500-600 candle right there. And then you got to trust that the second time they're going to do it. And then it got real feisty here. Gold is just lacking the volume it had a week or two ago. And I'm telling you, it's because, in my opinion, it's over here trading oil. I took a trade yesterday, American Patriot in oil, that, I mean, it was a God, what was the trade? May have been a 5-minute red line. I can't remember. But it was like zing, it was gone. Like for like 60 ticks in like 3 seconds. I mean, like oil does not move like that, Norm. Even, it's like, what the hell? Yeah, oil seems to be back. So that's why I've got it on my charts now. I'm paying attention to it because, hell, I've made money in oil today. I've lost money in gold. I did make money in oil today. I didn't get it out of the freaking box. I got a late start today. Hell, I didn't even turn my charts on until 9 o'clock. and even at that, it was like, oh shit, I don't have my coffee. I mean, I didn't even turn my charts on until 9 o'clock. So it was like, oh wait, gold came out of the box. I mean, by the time gold was already out of the box when I turned my charts on. Man, that was sloppy. That's just sloppy. Now we're at the bottom of the box, Jim, which is 68.40. I'd prefer them to go back inside the box, test it, and run to the other side. That would be my preference. There's not much room here. So this is an example that gold has been dying. Look at these static lines. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, here's 4. All these static lines are consolidated together from prior day and current day and all that kind of shit. That shows you that gold is dying in volume. There's the short at the bottom of the box in gold. Here's my second attempt at the short at the bottom of the box in NQ. Probably going to get knocked out because of that fucking gold line. Come on. Come on, go down. Just go down. Yeah. And I'm having big thunderstorms here. I'm kind of nervous because I don't want to be stuck in a trade and my power go out. I'm having big thunderstorms. I don't know if you guys are hearing that in the background. I mean, there's lightning going and stuff like that. I do not want my power to go out and I'm in the middle of a trade. So let's see here. Short on gold would be nice right here. There goes there goes oil. Oil broke all these pivots, did a 1 minute, 5 minute gold line. Boom, there it is. Yeah, oil's working very nice, very consistent. Yeah, I agree with that, Fish Atlantic. I agree with that. Matter of fact, I mean that was a beautiful look. At all these pivots here, except the top one, which is why it's stopping there. Came back to the 5-minute gold line. Bam, straight line, right to that pivot. And now it's rotating back. It might give a 1-minute gold line now. I mean, oil's been working really nice. Very pattern consistent. And there goes the gold, man. That's a shit, man. There it is right there, 67. There's a 10-pointer coming up right here off the bottom of that box. Really, KMC, where's that? Yeah, they're pretty bad, Fish Atlantic. I mean, like, I'm talking like there's lightning and I mean, it's pretty bad. I had no idea it was going to be storming today. And I literally had no idea. And so I'm kind of nervous because, you know, the power can shut off at any freaking moment in my house. Illinois? Okay. That area is not really known for hailstorms, I don't believe. Excuse me. There goes NQ. Finally. South east, like Clayton area. Southeast, not like Clayton area. Yeah. I'm building a house not far east of you in Curry. Yes, not Curry Beach, Curry, North Carolina. As soon as I can get the damn government, Pender County, to give me a building permit. Jesus. Good for you, Patriot. Yeah, I've thought about getting one of those power boxes. You know what I'm talking about. I've thought about doing that. It's not a big deal to get one. Well, you got your priorities, Charles. Everybody has to have their priorities. Everybody has to have their priorities. Come on, man. We're getting towards, well, we're a little bit after 10. So, lately, It's been, not long after 10 o'clock that the market has told us what it really wants to do. They've been down all morning, so maybe we'll get a rotation long finally. Little YM here, just to kind of give you a little side story. YM went inside the, now look it. I don't make this shit up, guys. YM came out, went inside the box, sat on the top, long to the other side of the box. I don't make this shit up. Then it rolled down, hit the mid band, and now it's going back out of the box. I mean, I don't make this shit up. It's, if you go back and listen to what I say, that's what it's supposed to do. That's what it's supposed to do. When it starts doing that in front of you and it's an instrument that you trade, there's something you can possibly, hang your hat on and make some real money. I mean, this YM move, okay, my whole philosophy is to talk about where the sharks are in the tank. Do you think a move from here to here that fast and stop and then rotate to here doesn't mean the sharks are in the tank? Does that mean that the sharks are in the tank or not? I'm going to scream. Just crazy, man. And I mean, I know you guys can't see it, but there's the dots. Here's the dots of the midband. I just want to point this out because I just think it's hysterical. Here's the dots of the midband. Okay. They are one tick below the midband. The dots of the midband are one tick below the midband. Are the sharks in the tank? Are the sharks in the tank? Even the freaking Dow trades the box if you just pay attention. I'm telling you, it's insane. It is literally insane. One tick. One tick through the midband. And gone. It's just insane. Oh, because Will, I've been making fucking bank, man. Do you not see my screenshots I've been showing in gold? I've been making bank on box trades lately. And the market keeps getting quieter and quieter. These other trades are getting harder and harder to find. I mean, what am I supposed to do here? Or should I be looking for that rotation through the box that's worth $2,000? That's all I'm saying. If the market would get out of its own way and start moving, hey, man, let's go. But unfortunately, I mean, here's NQ for the last freaking 25 minutes. The fuck am I supposed to do there? Or could we all have just been the first run right out of the box, test to the bottom of the box, down again, and then we're done? See what I'm saying, William? Here's, okay. Lesson of the day. And I do this all the time. And if you guys aren't doing this, then you need to. Okay? I always look at the charts. I always relook at the charts. It may not be the end of the day when I do it because I'm busy as shit or whatever, but even the next morning, I go back and look at the charts from the previous day and I start recognizing, oh, wait a second, they're doing this every freaking day now. And then I come in here And I'll mention these things to you guys. Hey guys, like for example, Jim can attest to this. Exactly. Jim just wrote it in the chat. The 5-minute gold line in GC. I have been looking back at the charts and going, 5-minute gold line in GC has really been printing some money lately. Soon as it crosses over, comes back, it tests that 5-minute gold line, woof, gone. And that little going on in gold lately has made people like Jim a tremendous amount of money. So you got to keep, have you seen this movie before? Go back, look at the patterns, see what's going on, and then start implementing them going forward until they stop working. And then you continue to try to find something else that is working. Does that make sense? And I mean, and then when you see shit like this is the bottom of the box in the NQ. Down, down, down. If you don't have that box on your chart, you have no idea. Why does it keep going down in this imaginary area of 24,742? I have no fucking clue. Well, you do have a clue because I showed you this box and there's why it keeps going down there. Anyways, that is making a beautiful M pattern, Jim. It is. The NQ is. And Patriot pulled out the box in oil and made $400 right out of the gate this morning off that box. Am I correct, Patriot? Is that what you did? And then when the box stops working, which sometimes it will stop. Like again, I talked about it earlier. I stopped trading the box in oil because the price action got so small. And so insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So, you've got to adapt to what the hell the market's been doing lately. Because the market gives itself away. It tends to do the same things over and over and over again until they don't do it anymore. Right now, gold's starting to piss me off with the box. I guarantee you tomorrow morning, I'm going to be focusing on oil on that box, and I'm going to be focusing a little harder on NQ on that box. Because gold is starting to frustrate me a little bit on the box. The box has not been producing like it did last week. Last week, man, I had one trade I made $55,050 on in gold. And I might have taken $200 heat on the trade. Yeah, I agree with you there, Patriot. I agree with you there. It just seems to have lost some of its energy, but that's where it seems to be going. You know what I mean? I agree with you, Patriot. Are you in the M pattern, Jim? I guess you are. Is Bruce in the M pattern? Or David? Is David in the M pattern? I mean, now that you've broken this pivot, I mean, this is where it should be going. Well, I mean, so let's just pull the box up in ES. I mean, I might as well do it while I'm sitting here. I just haven't done it because its price action is not, ES's price action is not really what I'm looking for on those trades. But that doesn't mean it's, not worthy. I know it came straight out of the box this morning for a trade that worked. At least I'm pretty sure it did. I'm going to pull it up and look. I got to set the box on my chart first. Yeah. So, okay. So here's what the ES did. Came straight out of the box. Straight out of the box. So there you are. Down to the, if you go down to here, out of the box, that's about 8 points. And then it came up and tested the midband. I mean, I'm not making this stuff up. Tested the midband, came right back out of the box again. Came up, tested the midband, came down to the bottom of the box, sat on it. It should have gone to the other side, and it didn't. So the question is it going to ever test the bottom of the box? Because it has not done it yet. So my anticipation with ES is it should, now that it's created space here, it should come test the bottom of the box and then roll down. Whereas the NQ has bounced off that bottom of the box 3 times. Excuse me, sorry. Come on, NQ, go down. Here it goes. Here it goes. Here it goes. Jim, I hate 2-bar gold line trades. You know me, I'm the most impatient trader in this trade chat. What do you mean you're making another bar? No, go. Oh, shit. Well, now if it goes down, Jim, it's going to go down to here. I mean, minimum here. Yeah, it's just fuck. That's what I was afraid of. It just doesn't. Once it broke, see this pivot here, folks, on the downside, this fake pivot here, that was the end. Okay, so now ES has tested the bottom of its box. Let's just see if it holds for conversational purposes. See how it came right to that box and stopped. I mean, like stopped. So the question is it going to rotate? Which will end up making this rotate. This will rotate because this rotates. Boy, oil has gone to sleep there, Patriot. Getting an inside candle. And it's almost there. One more tick. One more. This one has gone through, I think. Yeah. One more tick. Come on. There it is. Now it's through. So the question is, will it go to here? Off the bottom of the box. And the bad part is about this situation is it screwed up this trade over here because they want, oh shoot, sorry. Because they wanted to test the bottom of the box in the ES, it screwed this trade up. And that's where things can get frustrating, when things are correlated. Here it goes. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going, ES. Keep going. Look at that ES. Who was that asked me the question about the box with ES? I can't remember. Somebody asked me about the box with ES. So as of right now, it's 5 points. I don't know if ES has, it was you? Yeah. So what you're looking for is, that's what you're looking for as a scenario. You're looking for price to create space, come and test the bottom of the box and reject. Now you know why it rejected here. Without that box, you don't know. I mean, it's rather insane if you ask me. I remember the first time the guy showed me this stuff, I thought to myself, ain't no fucking way that works. And then, God dang, it does. There's no way that shit works. Oh, God, it does. How the hell did that happen? So this strategy right here, this box strategy, is the only strategy that anybody ever taught me. Everything else I taught myself. Look at that. There you go. There's your 10 points. Holy shit. Wow. Wow. So that box trade would have made you 10 points in ES right off the bottom. Boom to boom. That's 10 points. 10 points. And the funny part is if you watch this, Gifty Marcos, if you watch this, you can see the Sharks intentionally drove price. I mean, this is a big, you guys got to understand the ES. That's a big finger for the ES. That's a big finger. Okay. That's not small. So there was a lot of manipulation and money that it took to run it to there and then reverse it. That's where the Sharks are in the tank. These guys. And when you wait for these guys to show up because you don't want to be here with these guys. Nobody wants to be here with these guys. They want to be with these guys. You got the ES trade, Trader Murphy? Good for you, man. Excellent. Well, don't forget to have that indicator on your chart, because apparently the ES is respecting that box. I didn't know if the box was being respected or not until I pulled it up. I mean, philosophically, it's supposed to be, but I just didn't know until I pulled it up, because I've never traded the box on ES. But there it is. There's proof. There's proof right there. And the CL trade finally went through the high off the top of the box. Finally went through the high. off the top of the box, which was is that correct? It's a $2,000 trade. $2,000 trade to the high off the top of the box in oil. $2,000. I think the storm has passed me. Fish Atlantic. I think the storm has passed me. I have not heard lightning in probably a good 10 minutes. Randy trades that box. Yeah. It's again, I've said this before. Like I've been trained in the box lately in gold. And like when you're trading it in gold, I mean, you gotta be willing to take, a loss of $500, $600 because it could, snap and go. But what you're doing is you're trying to set yourself in the rotation of what it's actually going to play out to, and then get the bigger money that makes up for that $600 loss or so. The day I hit that $5,050 trade, I had taken $1,200 in losses total between busting out of the top of the box, busting back into the top of the box, that kind of stuff, before I caught the rotation and then it did what I needed it to do. So, I mean, you just gotta. Yeah, I do, Fish Atlantic. Just email me. It's free. I got the exact same one that I put on my chart. All you got to do is, put the colors in for your box and put your times in and that kind of stuff. It totally depends on how long. Your question was how long in the day. It just totally depends. I mean, it just totally depends. But I mean, honestly, it's something you should probably pay attention to. I mean, look at that ES trade. Holy fuck. I mean, come on, man. You just got to be patient and wait for the setup that's going to make you the money. Straight out of the box, mid-band, back down again, mid-band, failed. You would have probably lost some money here. Then it got kind of squirrely. Then it came down, reset, boom, there. I mean, come on, man. The hardest part about trading these boxes, in my opinion, is navigating the other things that you've learned. And so what I mean by that is it's like, for example, let's take, let's see here. Hold on a second. Let me find what I was going to show you guys. Hold on here. Is it over here? Where is it? Where's what I'm looking for? Oh, well, here, let's just do this. So here's part of the problem. Here's one of the difficulties of trading the box, in my opinion, is that when the box is freshly made and things are moving, you got to ignore the static lines in terms of because look, it came out of the box. Now, this was late, so this is not a trade. That's why I'm saying gold did not work for me today, because this came out of the box late. But But when it did come out, it ran right through the prior day close, the prior day open, just ran right through them. Holy shit. So when there's static lines, for example, are inside the box, I mentally struggle trading the box because I'm seeing the damn static lines that I know we're going to respect. Like right here, I should be in this short. As a matter of fact, Jim, are you in this short in gold? God damn it. Anyways, there's a short right here that just set up in gold. We came across the prior day low, boom, short. That's, rinse, wash, repeat. But look at gold. Look at gold here. So you got your box. Okay, so you got your box. Even gold decided later to start playing the game. How did gold start playing the game? Well, here's the bottom of the box. They came down to the prior day low, right to the bottom of the box. Pushed it down, bottom of the box, pushed it down. Now you're in here. This is where your short should have been. And fuck, man, I'm sorry, I'm late. That's a $1,000 trade right there. That's a $1,000 trade right there. You're in it, Jim? Yeah, I figured you were. Yeah, that's the short, Carlos. Yeah. And when you see this scenario right here, Carlos, you shouldn't even blink. I just happened to pull this over after this candle was already formed. You should not even blink because this was deliberately down, broke these pivots even, and deliberately up, consolidated, bam, $1,000. And Jim made $5,000 on that trade. $5,000 on that trade. And he's going, woohoo. Yeah, that was a beautiful setup there, Jim. God dang it. That was a beautiful setup. And that's what trading's all about, is being patient to see deliberate move, and then the reaction. You got to be patient. All this choppy bullshit here, you just stay out of it. When it decides to move, that's when you decide to go. Did it get $1,000, Jim? I think it must have. You got it. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Right at it. God dang it. Yeah, patience is the key. Patriot, I'm not understanding your question. Why is body of box so short? You got to you got to click the button to extend your lines. Patriot, if you're talking about your indicator, there's a button to extend the lines, and then you can even set the number, the time to the right for your lines. Right, exactly. It shades because you're not supposed to trade. Where's my bot? You're not supposed to take any trades in that first 15 minutes. So this is a no trade zone. So this is shaded for no trades. And then what you're supposed to do is, based off of the lines created in the box, like here's the mid band. They came right down to the mid band. It rotated here for a reason and came right out for probably $2,000. And then it came in and it got sloppy as shit. It did not. What I was looking for was for it to go in, down, and then boom. but they just slammed it straight through. And I struggle to see that because it's short. If it was happening long, I probably would have had a better chance of getting that trade. But yeah, these lines all mean something after the box is formed. They're going to be rotation spots. Rotation, 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 rotation. Oh my gosh. I probably need to do a video on this box again. I mean, it's you just gotta visualize what they're doing. And my favorite scenario is when they go back inside the box from the side that they broke out of, and then they run it through the other side. Well, so does the one I sent. You just got to put, and you can put your own time in. Like you can say, I want my box's lines to end at 12 o'clock or whatever. Don't even start with me about fibs. You'll get banned from this channel if you're going to talk about fucking fibs. Banned from this channel if you talk about fibs. That is the swear word of this channel. That is the swear word of this channel, is to bring it. Well, that and VWAP. Bring those two up, and no. There's a reason they don't work. You know why? You know why VWAP and fibs don't work? Do you guys want to know why they don't work? Because the fucking sharks know traders are using them. That's why. Think about it. The sharks aren't in the tank to make you money. They're in the tank to make themselves money, and it's your money they have to steal. It's a zero-sum game. How many people do you have out there in YouTube world or whatever showing you these static lines that I use, showing you the 21 SMA, talking about the freaking box, talking about 1-minute candles, and over and over and over again, identifying for you what is going to be the big move. Because you just got to identify when the sharks are taking control and where the sharks, and know where the sharks are going to rotate from and where the sharks are going to go once they rotate. Yep. I know it's nothing new, Bill. The problem is nobody teaches it. That's 100% correct, Bill. So has the 21 SMA. That 5-minute red line. It's been around for years, but who teaches it? Who understands how to trade off of it? Who understands what its purpose is? But they'll have you put pivots on there with S1, S2, R1, R2. Listen, You find a line that's more freaking powerful than the prior day low, the overnight open, and the prior day high, and I'll kiss your ass. There, I said it. Oh, we got somebody talking in 15 minutes. So, for example, who taught you why price stopped right here? Nobody. That's that 21 SMA on 5-minute candles. Who taught you that? Nobody. And look at it. Look at the reaction. Out of the blue, price gets grabbed and thrown right back in your face. How did that happen? Man, gold just rejected the prior day low again. Wow. This would have taken a lot of freaking nerve. Because see this pivot here to here? So this was your low, rotated up, came down, did not break your low again. Then it went from here to here. I mean, that's balls of steel to take that trade. There's no way I would take that trade. Oh, yeah. Okay. There you go. And here it is again. And here it is again. Thank you, Patriot. Thank you, Patriot. And there it is again. Why does price turn around at that red line? I don't know. Shit, nobody ever taught me that. Holy cow. That gold rotation, not gold, oil rotation off that red line is $1 right now. $1. Holy shit. Who taught you that? I don't know. I will tell you this, if somebody taught you that, they charged you to teach you it. That I'll tell you. They charged you to teach you why price rotated at that freaking line. And then they wouldn't tell you exactly what that line is. They'll call it some funny name. And they'll bury it in an indicator that you can't figure out why that line does what it does. And then tell you, hey, this one little indicator that I'm not going to tell you what it is, for you to magically know where price rotates from, we're going to charge you $500 a month to use it. Yeah, Thomas bought me lunch and pissed me off because I planned on buying Thomas lunch. And he's like, oh no, he waited till I went to the bathroom and he paid the waiter in advance. Ah, shit. So yeah, Why does price rotate from this red line back to the high? I don't know. I have no idea why it rotated there. Hell, I don't know idea. Same thing right here. Same thing right here. Right back to the low. How did it do that? I don't know. I have no idea. It's just amazing. It's a miracle. How did that happen? No idea, Bob. Fuck, shit. Magically, somebody grabbed price out in the middle of nowhere and reversed it. How did that happen? I don't know. No idea. I'm just going to sit here and play dumb and not know. I agree with that, Patriot. Yeah, the problem with every single one of those for me is if I'm in the long, I know where to get out. It's that red line. So let's just say I had a long into that red line and all that space to get to that red line. I know that red line is going to reverse me. The problem with the red lines that we had right here is all the candles were just so damn big at that point for the reversal. So there's just no way I could have taken a trade. But if I'm in a long, I know to get out there. For example, because if you run to that red line is going to grab you and it's going to throw it right back in your face. See you later, Jim Park. And that's just one of those lines you need to have on your chart to know what the hell's going on. I mean, it did it. ES, RTY, YM, CL. 4 of them. Grabbed it, threw it back. Down through their lows. Good job, Rick. Is that one of those places where they pay you every day? I see. Yeah, bye, Jim. Is that where they pay you like every day? I don't know. Pay you once a week or something. I don't remember. Something like that. Jim, do you mind if I tell your story for a second? Jim told me a story a couple days ago about prop firms. You mind if I tell the story, Jim? I thought it was funny. Jim might have left. He made a bank of money. Oh, go for it. All right. So Jim's been doing really well trading, as everybody knows. But he's been doing it with a bankroll that he's grown to be pretty big. And I don't know if it was a couple weeks ago or whatever, but he kind of got a little bored sitting in his house. And so he decided to buy an account from Top Step. And which the irony is, it's like he and I think a lot alike without even knowing what the other one's thinking. Because I've thought about doing the same thing. Be perfectly honest with you. I have thought about doing the same thing because he was like, well, shit, my stuff is so consistent now. And I'm meaning him, and he's making money so consistently. Why does he just take some prop firm money too? So he passed the combine in a couple days, and then he got his funded account, and then he ran it up for over $5,000 for a $5,000 payout, and he asked for the money, and that was it. He just did it for something to do. Now, when you've gotten to the point in your trading that it's fun to even turn around and steal a prop firm's monies the prop firm company's money, that's when you know you're on your game. And that's what Jim did, just for the fun of it. And I thought, and the funny part is, I've thought the same thing. I thought, well, shit, I'm doing my stuff so consistently. Maybe I should just buy an account and steal some money from Apex or steal some money from Lucid or something like that. And the only reason I haven't is because I've told you guys here, I am the busiest I've ever been in my modular business right now. I have written more contracts and delivered more houses in the last 60 days than I ever have in any 60-day period in 10 years. I am just covered. Come on. I'm net positive on prop firm money, Nadine. I'm pretty confident. Jim's probably net positive on. Well, he's definitely net positive on prop firm money. Now I think about it, for sure, especially after that. I'll be right back. My coffee's cold. I got to microwave it. I got to drive through this shit today. I got to go to the airport down in Charlotte today. It's going to be some nasty weather to be doing that. Yeah. No problem, Nadine. No problem. Oh my God. The problem with that business is it's a young man's game. It's a young man's game. Unfortunately, half my contractors are shit, like my age or older. Well, actually, my foundation guy is now young because my foundation guy passed away last year. So I had to go get another one. What I basically did was just took his existing crew and funded them to get started so that I could still be using the same people. They owe you big, JP? Well, since Jim's sitting around looking for shit to do, buy an account and send it to him. Oh. Come on, somebody start moving. Jeez. So there's your red line in gold. I mean, in oil. Jesus. Crazy. There was your red line in the pre-market. Look at that. Crossover, daily high, or donkey and high, red line. How did he know it was going to reverse there? Shit, I don't know. What does that red line mean? I don't know. Maybe he can sell me an indicator with all the information hidden behind it to tell me it's a magic pill that I can pay him $300, $500 a month to use. Am I bringing back flashbacks for anybody? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's through the high again, Patriot. Excuse me. I am still sick from when I went in the frickin' emergency room. You know, you go in the emergency room because you got something wrong with you, and you end up leaving sick. Let that sink in. Oh, did you catch that, Patriot? Good for you. I haven't been watching oil enough lately to know what it's respecting, so I'm very cautious what I look for. I mean, I turned the damn chart on this morning. The reason I turned the oil chart on this morning is, I saw the news about some tankers being attacked, and I thought, holy shit, oil's probably going to be moving like crazy this morning. And turns out that's true. It was moving pretty good. Okay, Nadine. Yeah. Well, I was never sick growing up. Now I'm guaranteed to get sick once a year. When I was growing up, I was never sick. How about this, Nadine? I was never sick my whole life growing up until I had kids. I got a buddy of mine that says the same thing. He's like, man, I was never sick in my life. Then I had kids, and it's like now I'm sick every year, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, my kids don't live with me anymore, but I mean, the rinse, wash, repeat of me being sick every year still happens. I used to never get sick. Then I had kids, and I'm sick freaking every year. Like my immune system got freaking overloaded. I really wish the equities would find a floor and start rotating. If they could start rotating long, the price action will pick up because then they'll have the shorts. They'll have the shorts cleaning out. Right now, we're just kind of meandering. Yeah, that violent rejection, for example, here in the RTY, has now put us in a situation where we're just kind of sitting there. I don't have any lines below us either. It's like there's nothing to look forward to. Man, wow. That was vicious right there. Jesus. Mary and Joseph. Shit. By the way, I did take this 1 minute rotation right here and it got chopped around and I put myself at even and got knocked out somewhere in here, somewhere in these three candles before this big ugly one. I mean, it's just like if I want to, I'm looking for, me, I'm looking for, if we're going to go like that, then I want it to go like that, not that. Looks like we're just going to meander down. No problem, Jim. I'll talk at you later. Have fun. Don't feed the sharks. Don't feed the sharks. We need you. Don't feed the sharks. I've seen them, Patriot, more towards more north of there, between Santa Monica and Half Moon Bay area. But I've seen them. I've seen great whites out there, without a doubt. Seen them. We get them here in North Carolina, but not very often. It's tiger sharks that we have. Fish Atlantic will tell you about that. Tiger sharks will get you. Fluffy. Yeah, exactly. Santa Barbara. Yeah, I saw American Patriot when I was like 12 years old. So I don't specifically remember where I was at, but I know it was between like Half Moon Bay towards Santa Monica or Santa Barbara. And it was, wild ass story, man, about the great white one of the great whites I saw. Jesus, mother of God. Wild ass story. I'll have to save that for another day. But I got more tiger shark stories than great whites, man, because whoo-wee. Well, of course I live here on the East Coast, and those things will those things will end your life. They will end your life. In a blink of an eye, they will end your life. You know, when I'm in a, if you'll notice, May, I didn't even take any of these trades. But to give you an idea, let's just say I took this trade, which has got a huge red candle, right? The entry would be right here. The thing I would not allow price to do if we're getting a rejection is to backfill this candle beyond that point. So, you know, once you're through the bottom of that candle, my stop it would be here. If the candle itself is this whole candle and goes through the bottom, I don't take the trade at all. If I'm making any sense. So do you kind of get where I'm going? So that's why a tool like this really helps, because I can evaluate the price action when it goes through the bottom. How big is this candle? Am I willing to put my stop behind that candle? That's how I do it. And you got it. And that's part of why, and I don't want to make excuses or whatever, but I'm just going to be honest. That's part of why I struggle doing these live streams and trading. Because when I'm trading, I'm 100% focused on these candles. So like when this is an inside candle of this candle, right? This one's inside this one. Okay. My favorite setup, an inside candle rejection in the same direction that you intend the market to go. Okay. That's my favorite setup. So when this candle closes and price goes down, if it backfills up even though it's already gone through, backfills up, then goes back down, I've got my sell when it breaks the bottom of this candle, and I put my stop behind this candle, the entry candle, and then I let it run down. Right, exactly. Can I defend that? Can I defend that candle? Because unfortunately, this candle right here is the one I have to defend if I'm just taking it, and I can't defend that candle. You know what I mean? There's no freaking way I can defend that candle. That's just insane. So I'm gonna put my stop here to go to here. Now, granted, it went all the way to here, but I mean, come on, man. And all that thought process trying to go through my head when I'm in a live stream is very difficult. I mean, very difficult. If I was sitting here all by myself and I saw this candle form and I saw price go through the bottom and then backfill even, a lot of you guys in here have seen me do this. It backfills and then reverses again. I'll take that second attempt every time because I know what I'm defending. I'm defending that wick right there. And then bam, down it goes. Same with this 1 minute gold line. So see how big this candle is here? I don't know that I want to defend that whole candle. We backfilled to here, down through the bottom. There's my stop. And my target should be, at this pivot here or lower. Yeah, it's yeah. But see, so like, even this one here, this retest of the bottom of the box, you can just follow these candles. Every time a candle closes, you can just keep following them, keep following them, keep following them. If you follow the back of these candles every time they close with your stop, here's where you got out on that trade. And I bring this up, mate, in case you have that type of patience. I struggle with that. But these are my weaknesses. But boom, because this rotation should go at least to here. Okay. I was talking about it when it even happened. And then you just follow the back of these candles with your stop. If you'll notice, every top is lower than the top to its left, all the way down to here. 96 and a quarter, and your entry is 0850. Yeah, and you're not supposed to worry about when the candle's big and you still want to take the trade. I just defended the candle that I got in. Does that make sense? As long as that candle's not very big. If not, then I wait for it to go through, go back up, and then come through again. Usually, if price goes through the bottom, let's just say this candle right here was very large. Say it was from here to here. Usually, if it runs through the bottom, it'll retrace a little bit and then run through it again. And that second attempt, people have seen me do it on these live streams where I'll let it go through. There's a reason I let it go through, because the candle's big that I'm entering off of. So I'll let it go through, hope that it retraces, and then I'll push this sell button so that when it comes back through the bottom of our candle to the left, I'm hopefully getting that second thrust to get me immediately into profit. Do I miss some trades that way because it just runs away? Yeah, I do. But again, especially if you're trading prop firm stuff, you want those losses to be small. You want your wins to be bigger, but you want the main thing is those losses to be as small as they can be. And the only way to do that is to put yourself in a situation where you can either you're taking a second attempt and you're just going to let your stop be, 8 ticks or whatever it is in ES, or you can defend the entry candle you got into. And remember this. Don't be afraid to take a loss, because, your win rate, even at 50%, means you'll make money. As long as you allow your targets to be bigger than your stops. And I try to do it at least 2 to 1. Yeah. Okay. So, shit. Mark, our tea time. Sorry. I will do one on trading the box, Thomas. I got to bring somebody to the airport today. Actually, my whole house is going to be I'm going to be by myself this weekend. So it's great. I'm taking my wife and my son to the airport. They're flying to Florida for the weekend to visit her mother and father, i.e. his grandparents. And I get the house to myself with the dogs. I'm so excited. So I will have some time to do that. All this rain is helping too, because my contractors obviously aren't working today. So tea time, let me answer that question. So there's a subscriber on this channel here. who made this tool here. You can turn it on and off. Okay. It's kind of cool. Ann Mittens. That's right. Matter of fact, she's right there. Yeah, that's right. Ann Mittens. She's right there. Because it's raining out. Of course, she's inside. Because it's raining out, she's inside. Anyways, so there's, and this is an indicator. So here's what's cool. This is an indicator, not a strategy. So as an indicator, the way it's coded is you turn it on, okay? And I don't want to take this trade. So let me do it the other way. So let's just say I was going to go long. I wanted to go long off this candle here, okay? I just hit enter and it does my ATM here, okay? Of course, I wish I had taken that trade now, but it's off the ATM. So watch what happens when this candle closes, okay? So of course, I'm looking for a long to break at the top of this candle. Obviously, I'm not, but I'm just, for conversational purposes, this is what we're doing because I want you to see the next part. I want you to see this candle close. Really wish I had taken that. Of course, we didn't hit the red line. We got like right to it. Anyways, so watch this. 8 seconds. Please don't pivot on me. Please don't pivot on me because I want to show something. Okay, and see how it followed the candle once it closed? It immediately followed the candle. So the difference between this and Sabre does the same thing, but this does it with an actual order, whereas Sabre does it with a sensor that senses price go through, then it throws the order on the chart. So the likelihood of you, and I can just cancel it right here, push the cancel button, cancel, boom, there, trade's canceled. All right, but it'll follow those candles until you cancel the trade. And so the likelihood of you being jumped, which I get jumped, in gold sometimes, I get jumped in NQ sometimes. The likelihood of getting jumped is less because it's an actual order sitting on there and not a sensor to throw the order on the chart. Okay, number one. Number two, you don't have to keep loading it. It's automatically in your indicators. So that's another benefit. Okay. And then the third one is you can just create your own ATMs. And there's a fourth benefit. I'll get to that in a minute. You can create your own ATMs. That would have been a nice reversal there. You can create your own ATMs to trade off of, that fill being made. And then thirdly, and this is the cool part, if you're in a trade, okay, so let's just say you're in this long right here and it comes and busts through the red line and sits here and gives you a rotation long. All you got to do is hit enter again and it'll put a second contract on the next break of the candle. Meaning you can, unlike Sabre, when you're in a trade, I have to manually add contracts because it only allows me to enter a trade once until the trade is gone. This will allow me to add to an existing trade. So, where I grab my target, move it up because we're having a rotation. Like say I was in this short and then I added another contract here and then I added another contract here. I can do all that with this. I can't do that with Sabre. With Sabre, what happens is I get in it and then I got to manually enter another one here and then manually enter another one here. So does that kind of make sense? The part I like about it is there's a couple things I like about it. I like that it's not a strategy. Strategies are just not very, you got to keep turning it on. And then if you change something, it shuts itself off and, shit like that. This doesn't. This just has on and off right here and it stays there. So when I shut my charts down, close my system, turn it back on, it's still there. And then I have the flexibility of changing this. The other thing I have the flexibility, oh shit. So let's do this. Let's just say I wanted to do 3 contracts because it's a great trade. Boom, there's 3. Meaning I can change my order quantity too. I can't change my order quantity on a Sabre. It's because it's in the strategy. So like if the world's best setup happens for me, and I really want to hit it for 3 contracts and not 1 or 2, I can do that with this. I just got to let me cancel that before I get in it. You get what I'm saying? So you can control it over there with your ATM. And yeah, so that's the good part. The only thing is it's not mine. It's not my indicator. I'm not sponsored by anybody or any of that happy horse shit. And it's not free. It has a nominal price to it. It's like $60 or something that he charges for it. So let me think here. I put a link in. Let me see if I can find the link for it so you can look at it. I think this is it. There's the link. I mean, $60 is not a lot of money. Like he's not charging through the roof, but I have no sponsorship, no nothing. I don't get paid anything for this, but he did make it. And he's a subscriber, and he, and one of the reasons he said he went and made it was because, I was having problems with my trades getting jumped, and he's like, he's like, well, if the order's already on there, so he created it based off of that concept, which I think is great. And all I got to do is get jumped 1 trade, and that's $60 that I lose. You know what I mean? Ah, Jesus. Fuck. What? I'm gonna shut the stream down. Just go backwards and listen to like the last 5 minutes. How about that? So I don't have to say it again. Because I got to shut down. I got to get going. I got things to do. I got to go to the airport and yada, yada, yada. Don't forget to like the video when you get off. I will do a box video because, I mean, if you traded the box today, you kind of did what I did. I just shut it down. After I made my money, I just shut it down. I mean, like, there ain't no sense in rolling my dice. Everybody have a good day. I will talk to you later. Bye.